Hello, everyone, and welcome back to part two of building this turtle lady who is supposed to be a villain. She doesn't have a name yet. And this is another live stream virtual animation. My name is Daniel Peixe, as you know, and then here we are. We are live. We're gonna keep working on this for one more hour and see how far we can get.
Cool. So yeah, I mean, do you still have the layer with the notes? Just to give context on
That's a good
so you
idea.
had I think you had some keywords in the beginning, right? That the community
Oh,
chose certain elements. I don't know if you don't have that anymore. It's fine.
there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there we go.
Here are
So
my
yeah,
notes.
so we
So we
had
decided she's an animal and it's a turtle. We decided she's female. We decided that she's arrogant, she's rich, or she's the boss of someone. She's a villain and old, old age.
old and what? Old.
Uh,
What does it say? Old and
old.
yang.
Maybe I was trying to write young, old or young. I don't know.
Huh.
I don't understand my own writing. so
Basically, yeah, you had a lot of keywords to choose from. This is what we chose, and yeah, let's let's go ahead.
So this is the initial sketch that I did. We're gonna continue building the color version of it, and I don't know. It's completely improvised. I don't know what's gonna happen. It's all about the live show, right? The live stream.
Yeah.
This is called freestyle for a reason. So we're freestyling it. In the meantime, everybody's kind of welcome to ask any questions or just chat. Here we are. It's a weekend.
We have a long
Saturday,
weekend here,
a
Daniel.
long
So
weekend. Oh, you do. You guys
Memorial
have
Day is Monday.
Memorial Day. Oh, we don't
Yeah.
have that in Spain.
Yeah. Dia de
Memoria.
Memoria.
Let's see. I want to do the shell. The shell is gonna be. Wait, no.
Like a Bowser shell.
Let's do the shell first, and then the clothing because I think she has some sort of clothing, like a top. And gotta remember how to do any of this stuff. I think this should be enough. Maybe two of those. So, how was everybody doing?
Good.
Everybody's doing good. We're doing good here in Spain. Like I was saying
How long
before,
has it been since you moved?
I moved in January.
Oh wow. Yeah, that's right. Beginning of the year. So it's been already like almost half a year. Huh? Crazy.
4 months, maybe, right? Something like that.
Well, it's like end of May already. So
Yeah, soon is gonna be June.
did you get your freight shipment?
The shipment is delayed.
Oh no.
I'm learning a lot about shipments and stuff like that these days.
Oh
It's much slower
yeah.
than I thought it would be. Plus
Yeah, I have a fun
the
story that we ran into yesterday, like where so I ordered these 8 feet by 5 feet mirrors
Ooh,
for our rooftop gym that we have here. Like we have like a little penthouse area which is like great for
ooh,
VR workouts,
look
and
at you. Oh, look at
I'm
you.
basically building like a dance studio up there, right?
Oh,
And
you're dancing, yeah.
yeah, and I found like this company that creates like gym mirrors, which is like mirrors are super heavy, right? So they built it out of like a synthetic material, so it's like super lightweight. So of course it's not like a glass mirror, it's but the mirror effect is really good. And usually gyms tend to, like home gyms especially, they tend to use that because it's very easy to carry, and it's it's just very convenient. So they arrived yesterday, and then I'm like unpacking them, and they're huge, right? Like 5 by 8 feet, and then but they're so light that I can actually lift them on my own. So it's like 11 pounds, like per mirror, and I ordered two of them, And I was like with Rachel, my wife, we were like carrying it up the stairs. And then the first staircase was fine. And then the second staircase is a bit narrower. So like
Uh-oh. This is
for
like
like an
the
hour.
Friends episode, man.
Yeah, exactly. That tip
Yeah,
it, tip
yeah,
it. And then
yeah.
and we were
Pivot!
just stuck. We were in that corner, stuck, and I'm like trying to figure out how to get it through. And in froze.
Oh, you froze.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, now it's back. It's back.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah. Good. But yeah, so we ended up like trying every angle and it just doesn't work. And it was like literally like by inches, right? Like I think if we had
Oh,
1 inch more space, it would have fit. And now I'm stuck with the two mirrors. And so what we have to do now is like they have these moving crane services, right? So
yeah,
because we have the patio upstairs, so you can easily lift it through a crane through the top, right?
yeah.
But now I have to look into like a crane service to get the mirrors upstairs, and then hopefully it's not as expensive. But it was just like so frustrating. I was like, "What the hell,
Oh
man?"
my
So,
god.
so my grandfather, I remember a long time ago, he was working with like, the 4x8
Uh huh.
plywood, that he was trying
Yeah, yeah,
to
yeah.
remodel like his attic.
Mm-hmm.
And he, of course, miscalculated on whether or not he could get the boards up into the attic.
Yep.
So instead of cutting the boards and making them fit, he cut a slot in the stairs. So,
What?
so that he had a
Holy shit.
slot that would go all up to the attic that he could move those
Oh my
boards into
god.
it. So yeah,
That's brute forced.
I know. He just,
Yeah.
he's just the way he was thinking. He was thinking, I'm going to make this fit. He was
Wow.
crazy.
How high was it? Was it like the attic? Was it like the third floor or higher than that?
Yeah, it was a big house, so it was probably like third or fourth floor. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah,
yeah,
ours is on the fourth, but luckily, like the penthouse has like the patio deck, so they have a big door, and the side that the patio is faces the road. So if we have a crane service, they can just easily haul it over.
yeah.
The only frustrating thing is it's so lightweight that I could just lift everything almost on my own, and I was thinking
Right.
about maybe I can rope it up, but then I don't want to damage the mirrors, so
You don't want
I
to
was
damage
like,
yourself either.
Yeah,
yeah, yeah,
I got one of those panel TVs.
yeah,
You know how like now you can just get it's a micro thin like
yeah, I love it.
panel.
Yeah,
I was amazed. It was like 15 pounds to mount on the wall. It was just you just are amazed at how light those materials
that
are
is
now.
that is crazy light. Yeah, yeah. Ours is not as light. Like the TV we have, I can't definitely like I definitely can't lift it on my own, but also because of the form factor, right? Because if it's like 82-inch, you can't grab it.
Yeah, it's definitely a two-person. I mean, but it bends. I mean, it's like flexible. So I mean,
Oh wow.
it was like a. I mean, it's just the screen. There's no components
And
other
how does
than
the cable attach to that?
it's just it's a pretty broad, like maybe it's like 4 inches wide cable
Okay.
that, and then the sound bar is actually the TV
I
computer
see.
like
Yeah, yeah,
system,
yeah,
and then
yeah, yeah.
all you do is plug it into the screen.
Yeah, that's
But the
awesome.
screen is fantastic. I mean, like the TV I had before that was like just so large and so heavy. It was just like so
Remember,
large.
like we used to have the old school boxes, really, right? The
Yeah.
one that makes like this high pitched noise when you turn them on.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm surprised the mirror doesn't bend.
Yeah. Yes. You mean the mirror that I got, or
Yeah, that I'm surprised there's not a
yeah,
flex. There's not flex in it that you could
yeah. It's
maybe.
like imagine it's almost like a wood frame with a thin reflective foil on it.
So you
Yeah.
can't get it outside of off of the frame, the hard,
Exactly.
right? It's
Yeah.
kind of locked in.
It's almost like like a canvas frame that's
Yeah,
like it's like that's why it's so light, because they use the light wood and it's like this reflective material. So it's also like, of course, once it scratches easier than a mirror, of course, because it's like a plastic foil almost. But
Right.
it looks really good though. Like and there's no way I would have bought that size of a mirror, not just because of the cost, but also the weight and the danger of like installing something like that, right?
Right.
Of that size. So I love the form factor. I love the weight of it, and it looks impressive. Like the 8 by 5 feet, and I have two of them. It really feels like one of those dance studio setups, right? But then right now it's like in our guest room downstairs and just looking into the crane services. And I found some, but I have no idea how expensive that is. And I hope it's not as pricey for the stuff that we want to do, because it's not like hauling a piano or something, It's really
Right.
just like it's like hauling up like 20 pounds total. It's so sad.
I think what you're gonna find though is they're just gonna, just because they have to show up, it's
Exactly.
there's a set price. They don't care how much they're lifting.
I think so, and
They're gonna be
that's
there
my
for
worry.
4 hours. Yeah, they're gonna be there for 4 hours, bringing their gear and have to block a street or something to, all kinds of nonsense. But
yeah, I hope it's not that pricey. We'll see. I'm
do you have
determined to get them up
can
there,
they can they get close to your patio without being blocking the street?
Absolutely, yeah. I mean,
so you have something. It's not like New York where you have to close a street to get anywhere near a building.
No. And it's also like where we live, it's more like a community, so it's kind of close. So we don't have much traffic, and even if they blocked it, you can easily get around it. That's that's a good thing, because we're kind of like in a, like in a where basically 4 blocks meet. So kind of close to the intersection, so it's fine. But I think what helps is it's very residential, so it's not very tight like in New York either.
Yeah. Well, we had my street has actually been closed for. I mean, it's going to go on a full month. There's no access to my building from the street because they ripped the entire. They've been doing all of this, construction work.
And do you actually live in the city, or is it more outside?
I live in Dumbo, which is it's like right. I'm in Brooklyn, right on the East River. I like basically live between the Brooklyn Bridge and the Manhattan Bridge, which are like this little triangle area.
Yeah,
and it's a really popular tourist spot, and so they're redoing all the streets. They're putting down the original cobblestones that were there. They're restoring all of that. So they've closed the streets. They've ripped up the entire just feet of everything that was the recent streets, and then they're putting down all the old cobblestones, replacing them back in the street. But it's like you can't, the whole place is just shut down. It's just crazy.
So you live walking distance from Brooklyn Bridge? Or?
Yeah, it's probably 2 minutes to get to the bridge.
Oh, damn. I was very close to your place once.
Oh, yeah.
I walked over the bridge, I think 2 years ago.
Yeah, if you walk over the bridge, you walk down the hill, like everyone takes that picture on Washington Street. Yeah. I don't know if you hit that spot, but there's on Washington Street, every single tourist comes to that one spot to get that photo of you in front of the Manhattan Bridge with the Empire State Building, framed in the bridge. So that's I'm like a block from that.
Oh wow!
I'm a block off the river. It's a great spot. I mean, it's they've really done a lot of great stuff here.
So you're basically across the bridge from Manhattan, so basically south, right, in Brooklyn, like south of Manhattan.
Well, I mean, I guess so. The Brooklyn Bridge is just south of me, and the Manhattan Bridge is just north of me. So the Manhattan Bridge. So if you take those across to Manhattan, the Brooklyn Bridge goes into downtown, Wall Street area, right? More or less, kind of connects that, and then the Manhattan Bridge goes straight into Chinatown. So that's Canal Street. So south of Canal Street is down, Tribeca and that whole area in Manhattan. So I'm looking straight across at downtown Manhattan.
Wow.
The Liberty Tower is, line sight. I mean, I can walk there and, it's probably a 2 mile walk. Yeah.
That's awesome. How long have you been living there?
In Dumbo since 2010. So we bought this place in 2010, and then in Manhattan, like I moved to Manhattan in '96.
Oh wow!
So lived in Manhattan for 14 years, and then moved over to Dumbo and been here for 12 years. So it's been a long time. I mean, we've been in the city, yeah. I mean, 30 years now, I think, something like that. I don't even. I can't even remember. What is it? Is that really 30 years? No, 25 years. 25 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's long enough. Hey. Is that Siege?
Long time no see.
Siege?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Siege, hey. Long time no see, guys. What's up?
Hello. Nice to see you.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm just enjoying watching.
Are you still quilling?
All the time. Almost every day. Yeah.
You haven't showed anything.
Yeah, I've been just doing so much like mixing of elements. I'm just like, it's not pure enough. I can't show it, but
come on, show it, inspire. Your stuff is great. So
you're up in Toronto, right?
Yeah, just outside of Toronto.
Yeah.
So
I went to school in Rochester, so we would go take road trips up to Toronto every now and then.
Yeah, you were like right across the border.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, you guys remember I ride electric unicycles. I rode all the way from downtown to Niagara, but I've not crossed the border yet. So hopefully at some point where I'm gonna go across the border and hit the city.
With a unicycle?
Yeah. We have some friends that live over there. Yeah, we have some friends that live over there, and a couple summers back before the pandemic started, they would just like ride from Rochester into Niagara, and then ride all the way down to Toronto.
What? With a unicycle?
With a unicycle, yeah.
And like, how many miles is that?
Oh, I don't even know. It's like 150 or something.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, so the one I have right now, I got a new one recently, and it gives me 220 kilometers to the charge.
What?
I know, it's wild. People just like, oh, those little toys you like riding around. I'm just like, I'm getting more mileage than your car.
So when you say unicycle, you mean not like the manual one where you
electric unicycle, yeah.
The one where you stand straight and then it just
and it goes. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I was imagining you like cycling in a classic.
There is a guy on YouTube that did like he kept on riding in different countries, and he did like I don't know how many kilometers, like 100,000 or some nonsense. He did so many kilometers riding a traditional unicycle. Yeah, that guy's crazy. I could never do that. He did like all the way across America and did like across Australia. He's just wild.
How long can you like stay on the unicycle before you're like, I'm just worn out? Like, I mean, like being on a motorcycle is like, after a few hours, you're like, I need a break. But you're just standing the whole time. Is that like actually fatiguing, right?
So a lot of them, especially the big ones for like traveling distances, they have there's some with suspension now. My new one that I'm getting has suspension, so I'm excited to try it for the first time. But they also have seats. So yeah, so some people don't have seats on the smaller ones. They just don't use it, but the bigger ones usually have a seat, and so I can sit down and stand, and by doing both throughout a trip, I can actually keep my limbs pretty limber for a long time.
What should I type in Google to find an image for that? or for the one with the seat?
So what's the model?
I'll tell you the one I have. Yeah, so it's called the should I just type it in the panel text?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, because I remember they changed their name and it's stupid now. All right, Monster Pro. All right, so that's my wheel right now. It's 24 inches, 24-inch tire.
Let me see.
Oh, I see. And it's got like a handlebar. Like it's the one I'm looking at has
it looks like a suitcase.
Yeah. It definitely looks like a suitcase. I always like the look because it's kind of like industrial-ish. But here, I'll show you guys. a video real quick.
Oh, so the top you can actually sit down on the top.
Yeah, so actually above, if you see the handlebar, there's actually a seat that can sit on top of that.
Yeah,
I see it.
Yeah, so you can sit on that seat. It's nice and fat, and it's really comfortable. So it's actually not bad at all.
And how fast do those things go?
Mine can go. Oh, wait, you guys are in the States, so you know.
That's right. Kilometers are fine.
Okay, yeah. So I know one guy that's gone 90 kilometers an hour.
What?
Yeah, he's the fastest though. Like,
dude, that's dangerous.
Oh yeah. That's definitely dangerous. That's why I'm not going that fast. But it is possible. But
what's your average speed there? How fast do you usually ride? Is it like 50 kilometers or like?
I'm usually doing 60.
Really?
Yeah.
That's freaking scary, man.
At first it actually, so I've been riding for 3 years now, right? So when I first got into it, that was like, people were like, hey, yeah, you want to, like, you know, let's ride these speeds. I'm just like, nah, we're good. I'm like, I'm fine. I'm just not going to do that. But over 3 years, I took my time to kind of develop my speed and whatnot and get up to those types of speeds.
What? That's like
40 miles an hour.
Yeah, that's like a regular nuts. Car and like if you did that, traffic.
If you did that in New York, you'd die.
Actually, there's a lot of riders in New York, and they all go faster than me. They're crazy.
They're riders, but they're they basically are like in pedestrian. You know, they're taking the bikes lanes.
No, they don't.
You know, oh yeah, no. the ones that I see. I mean,
did you see? Because I know the bigger crew. Those guys are crazy. They're never in the bike lane. They're always down the center of the road, always just gunning it all the time.
Oh, that's amazing. I don't see those guys. I don't see those guys. I see actually we've got everybody now takes the bike lanes because there's so much traffic. So like even if people have like souped up like motorcycles, they're like in the bike lanes. It's crazy.
So the advantage of one of these things is because they're basically just the width of your body. If you can walk through a space, you can ride through it. So rush hour for me, at least downtown, like in Toronto, is the best time because I'm the fastest on the streets. Because any tiny little gap between a car, I zip right through it. And
how do you like to stop? You just lean back, or
lean back? Yeah, I posted a video in there, a TikTok of me.
Let's see.
Yeah, because I got new shoes, so I was just showing them.
I bet
got to show off the shoes.
Yeah, I've never had motorcycle shoes before, so I was like, "This is exciting."
That's fast.
Yeah, it's pretty fast.
And how far you can go? You say like 200 miles? Or?
Yeah, so it depends on how you ride. So if you're riding aggressively, because it's battery, right, and also temperature, body weight. So for me, I've ridden really really fast, and I've gotten about probably 100 miles before, crazy. and I still had like 30% battery at that point. So, but I was just too tired. I couldn't ride any longer.
Oh man, I'm looking at this video. You're like, there's like nothing around you. You're in the middle of
that's why
suburbia.
I got this one. That's why I got this one specifically because I'm in the boonies, and so for me to get anywhere, I have to go so far, and so I'm just like. But the guys in the city, they like the really high torque, really high speed ones that have less range because you don't need it, right? Like to get from one place in New York to another place in New York, right? You're not going 400 miles.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I didn't realize how. I just think of Toronto as like, urban. But you're definitely way out there.
But I'm out in the boonies. So I actually ride down to the city, which is about 50 kilometers to get down there.
Oh wow.
And so I ride into the city, and it's actually crazy because it's not too far off from the speed of the train.
Oh, for sure, man! Like because I mean, I have an electric skateboard which goes like 20 miles, 25 miles per hour, and that freaks me out already. It
is sketchy. It's totally sketchy. These don't feel sketchy. These things because this wheel that I have right now is 88 pounds.
So you're more stable.
So at high speeds it stabilizes, and the wind does nothing to me. Like the wind blows and my wheel just stays still. If anything, my body gets hit by the wind and I'm blowing all over the place, but the wheel just trucks straight.
Wow.
So is it just like a standard power cord, so you can take it anywhere and just plug it in at some point, or? What's the power?
Yeah, so I actually do have a charger because they have different kind of amperages. So this one is this one is 100 volts. So I have a 100-volt charger that I plug into it. So I bring the charger with me if I go on a super long trip, and I can plug in anywhere. And also there's like an adapter you can get for an EV station. So we can go to EV stations and plug in. That's really good when you have a big group, because with a big group, you'll take out. Yeah, it's fast, but you'll also take out anything that you plug into. If you have like 5 or 6 people,
right,
all charging, you'll just take down a McDonald's. You'll take down like a subway station. You're just like,
Nice.
So EV stations are the best for us. So we've been using those a lot lately.
So there's a whole community for these.
Yeah.
Unicycles. Huh?
I mean, you would if you would be part of it too, actually, with your board, because it's all just it's everybody that rides anything electric vehicles.
Yeah.
So like we got the skateboarders, we got the scooters, we've got the one wheel riders, and then we've got the unicyclists, and then there's a couple other obscure vehicles.
That's what I always loved about the cities. Like when I worked in San Francisco, and you ride from the train station, it's like Mario Kart, right? Because you see like all the different vehicles next to you, and then it's so strange, and the unicyclists, skateboarders, and motorized mountain bikes with big wheels and stuff.
So Daniel, you should give her a unicycle, man. It's a much easier animation, than a walk cycle.
You know what? Yeah, Daniel, the
animating. we never said anything about animating.
Daniel, if it was a unicycle, it would be super easy because she just stands and then you just wiggle a 6-frame cycle of clothes.
Yeah,
maybe
it'd be perfect. You should check out the video and see if you think.
Okay, can you post an image of the vehicle, and then maybe if I have time, I'll model it in her.
Yeah, yes.
She's writing it, right?
Yeah, Siege posted already his video. Yeah,
sorry, I'm in
of him riding. So. Yeah, no, be in the zone. That's awesome.
Zone,
yes.
Working on her strong thighs.
I'm working as fast as I can imagine right now.
It's awesome though.
We segued into a completely different, but we should definitely bring this back into this character. Like a unicycle would be awesome.
I love the belt. It's the spike belt.
And she should ride the unicycle like in this pose.
Yeah. I was thinking
that would be
maybe
sick.
We could do that. Yeah.
I have ridden like this before. I will admit.
Yeah, so just bring her.
I've had my hands on my hips and I've ridden like that, just looking real cool.
So you just need to bring her legs. Yeah, bring her legs together so that there's just like a 1-foot gap between her legs. I think if you do that, then you can easily slip in a unicycle.
Yeah.
Yep.
I just really want that. I remember Samantha. She was asking Sam. She was saying about the pencil skirt.
Yes.
And
right, the pencil skirt.
Yeah, I didn't know about it. I didn't know exactly how it was, and then I looked it up, and I was like, "Oh, that's what she means."
Yeah, you need a slit up the side with those. If you have like if someone's gonna have like a wide stance, you need to have the slit up the side of the pencil skirt because they don't move that. Right?
It would be super tight.
yeah, they don't move that nicely.
But you could ride a unicycle with a pencil skirt, right? If it's short enough.
If the slit's high enough, then you can totally do it. Or if the wheel's small enough, those are the two things. I've seen people ride in heels before, and it scares me.
Oh my god!
It terrifies me. I'm just
people
like any fall. But they're just like, let's try it out. Let's see if I could get to work with my unicycle. And they just put on like their highest heels and just stand on it. And just like, what is this? Like, it's a challenge.
Have you ever wiped out?
Oh, of course. Not high speed.
Okay.
I've never had a high speed fall in my 3 years, but I do a lot of off-roading, like mountain bike trails. So like double black diamonds, all that kind of stuff is crazy.
No way.
And sometimes you're riding along, you're a little too cocky, and then you hit a raised root with your pedal, and then you're just in the air.
Oh my
just
god.
waiting to hit the ground. But they're so low speed that they're not the worst. I wear body armor, so you just get back up.
So when you say low speed, is it like more like 10 miles per hour or more like 20?
Yeah, like 10 to 15 off road, because you can't go that crazy fast. Also, there's sometimes
that's
people
still
walking.
fast though. I mean, that's still fast enough to wipe out pretty badly, right? Like if you fall bad.
It can't. Yeah, I mean, you could totally break something, but usually we gear up for the fall, right? Because you never know what's going to happen on these things. You can't fully trust something electric at this point.
Question: how old are you?
Me? I'm 35.
Okay, so you still heal a little bit quicker.
I've indoctrinated my whole family. So my dad rides too, and he's 62, and then my brother and sister ride, but they're younger than me.
Wow, your dad rides?
Yeah, he rides to work. He's been very happy. Oh yeah, he's ridiculous. Honestly, sometimes I have to tell him to slow down because he freaks me out.
What?
But yeah, he's like 62 or 63 now. I honestly did.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. But yeah, no, he's super. He learned so basically during the pandemic, he got furloughed for a small amount of time, and then during that time, he's just like, you know what? Let me learn this stupid wheel thing. And
so it's
he
more recent.
Yeah, it was like 2 years ago now.
Wow.
Yeah, and so he jumps on the thing. I teach him how to ride it. It took him not too long. We start going on rides together. And now that gas prices are through the roof, he is very, very happy because he's saving so much money. Because, like, you know, you can ride to work and back home every single day, as long as, even when it's raining, actually. So it's like he just goes to work with his wheel and just, like, you know, he used to pay quite a lot of money in gas fees, right? Paying to go drive to work every single day, but now he just.
Is it also like around 50 kilometers, or like how far is it?
His workplace is about I think he's about 15 kilometers.
That's so crazy. Away. That's still super far. Like it's amazing.
It's a real drive, and especially in the morning with traffic and stuff like that, which he can just ride right by. So he's not wasting gas. He's not wasting time. He gets there on time every day. He doesn't have to rush, and it's fun.
I had no idea that they're like advanced unicycles like this. You know, that I've only seen the cheaper versions. You know.
Oh yeah. The old ones. Yeah, they're really kind of funny and goofy. Yeah,
this is like almost like a real motorbike just on one wheel.
The thing for me is like I got into it and I was just like, I just need this so I can go to my meetings downtown and not get there and be sweating, because I don't want to spend $1 billion on the train and the subway and all this stuff all the time, and I get downtown or like take my skateboard or something, because I had a longboard I was riding.
Yeah.
And I'm like, every time I get downtown and I would be like, I don't want to spend like all this money. So I would just jump on my longboard. But I get to my meetings and I'm drenched in sweat. So I'm like, I was looking at all these different electric vehicles, and in the end I found this one, and I just thought I'll just use it just for getting from A to B, and then that's it. That didn't happen. I've ridden almost every single day, winter and summer, every day for the past 3 years. I've clocked like, oh man, probably like closer to 40,000 kilometers on my wheels now.
So so for winter and snow, do you like change the tire, or is it?
Yeah, my other wheel had a rain tire, so it just pretty much reacted as like in all seasons. But some people will change their tire fully and just get like a nice big like thick knobby tire.
Wow.
Yeah, so
you still get snow up there in Toronto, right?
Yep, a lot.
Well, and in winter it gets really cold, right? Would you still ride that thing?
Yeah, I ride it in all weather, all seasons.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's an addiction, honestly. It just like, for me, especially when I like just need to think or just get something off my mind, I just go out, get on the wheel, ride a little bit, and I just feel better. I feel like I can just like work through ideas or even just clear my mind completely.
It looks like you have like the perfect space for it too, with a long roads, you know, where you can.
Oh yeah, some of them are beautiful too. Like we have like just like straight up country roads that you can ride down, and then like apple orchards and like big like just like forest paths. And if you're like kind of hardcore, you can do all the off-roading stuff too. So you just get lost in the woods, and it's just
that's so awesome.
It is awesome. Yeah.
And some of them have speakers in them, So like my wheels have speakers in them, so I just like just blast music and stuff as I'm riding along, just relaxing.
How fast you can like let's say you go 60 miles per hour. Like how long does it take you to stop? Like how quickly can you stop?
Oh man, yeah. So actually I don't know if so reasonably most people would be doing like probably 50 miles per hour. But yeah, to stop that would be pretty far. It would be because it's not a proper braking.
Yeah, because you have to lean. So it's like if you have like somebody slamming on the brakes in a car in front of you, you're doomed, right?
It's if you're too close to them and then they brake check you, you're done.
Yeah.
So yeah, which is
so
why
that's like,
kind of
yeah.
there's certain speeds you don't hit when there's cars around.
Yeah.
Unless you're like so you hit it while you're in an open area,
right.
And then like you slow it down, so you're always kind of adjusting your speed. A lot of amateurs get in a lot of trouble because they're just addicted to the speed, right? They just want to go fast all the time, and then they don't pay attention.
Yeah.
Whereas,
that was like friends with like motorcycles. They just got one because it was cool and they didn't know how to stop, and they ended up like going through intersections and stuff. Right? Well, or they just overshoot and like they're in the middle of an intersection before they, that's got to be, you got to get used to this stuff, right?
Exactly. Yeah, you have to pay attention a lot. Like just the other day, I was riding down the road and going home, and I ride like I'm invisible. Like that's kind of the thing I tell new riders as well. Just like when you're on the road, it doesn't matter if you're in the wildest thing, you've got lights all over you, all that kind of stuff. You are invisible to cars. So so I was riding along, my lane is open, and so I'm super paranoid. I'm looking at the lane on the left, because it's all blocked off. And I'm thinking one of these guys is going to turn into my lane and just not pay attention. And lo and behold, about 5 seconds after I have that thought, a car just shoots out in front of me. And immediately, because I saw their tire just turn. As soon as I saw it like start to turn, I hit an emergency brake, which is basically you throw your whole body weight off the back of the wheel and you just hold on to something on the wheel and you pull back. So you're literally just like air sitting and pulling the wheel back. And so I'm doing that now. My adrenaline's hit, so everything's going real slow. And I'm just slowing down as hard as possible as this car pulls out in front of me slowly and then takes off. And so, but I again, I have so much experience. It's like, I know that at some point I might mess up and that's it. I don't think I'll die, but I might still get hit.
I mean,
well, the good thing is you got visibility. I mean, the good thing with you standing, when you ride this thing, you get much better visibility of like what's around you, as opposed to people that are sitting, when you're squatting down on a bike or something.
Yeah, but the one downside too, though, is just like there's this thing that happens with people, which is like a phenomena that you might know if you've ever ridden anything that's weird, where people will look at you and they will start riding or driving towards you. I'm not sure if you've ever ridden anything like something new too,
because they're staring at you and they're just like angling your
Exactly, yeah. And actually, if you try to imagine like trying to learn how to skate for the first time, right? And you're like, I don't want to hit that puddle, and you start skating right towards the puddle. It's the exact same thing with a car. They will look at you and they will drive right towards you, and you have to do everything in your power to get out of their way because they don't realize that they're doing it. It's like it's just like a completely subconscious thing.
Yeah.
And so those moments happen as well. So you just kind of you just have to be very aware. And you need street smarts, driving smarts. If you're a driver yourself, it's even better because you have knowledge of what cars might do, and then you just ride that way. I don't ride defensively; I'm aggressive.
Yeah, it's interesting that you said you ride like you're invisible because that's what I did on my road bike in the city. But it still got me, man. Like
the same applies if you're riding bicycle, right? A regular bicycle.
Yeah. So that's what I was saying when I was riding in the city. Like I would always have like a 50% buffer where I just like predict everything, right? So I almost have like a radar on. This car could come and this door can open, and then I miscalculated, and there was one variable that I did not respect, and then I got doored, because there was a car that stopped at a traffic light in a regular lane. But then it was an Uber driver letting a passenger out in a traffic lane, right? And that was something that I could
never
not
think about that.
Yeah, so I didn't predict that the door opened, and I'm like, and then, yep, that's how
Yeah.
I lost my finger.
Oh man!
Oh no.
Wow.
That was back in 2017. So definitely be careful. Like, I know exactly what you mean with like riding like invisible, but there's still variables, right? Like,
Oh no, yeah, and that's the thing. Like, I always ride as if I don't know anything. Like I'm the invisible thing, but I try never to just be cocky because
yeah.
you don't know what's gonna happen, right?
That's when it gets you.
Exactly, yeah. When you get too comfortable. So in the city, I'm always I'm really just ready for anything.
Yeah.
But like I've watched friends just like actually on my way home after one of my rides just 2 weeks ago, or maybe was it no, it was last week. I'm on my way home from a ride downtown, and I come across an intersection. There's just police everywhere, and like it's blocked off and lights. And I'm talking to my GoPro, just being like, "Oh shoot, what happened here? Like this is crazy. It's so busy." And I'm coming down. I see that there's two accidents that happened in the same intersection. So I'm like, "What the hell?" And I get there, and then people start running up to me and going like, "Oh my god, are you his friend? Are you his friend?" I'm like, "What are you guys talking about?" Because riding these things where I live, there's nobody, so you don't bump into other riders, right? All of a sudden, they're like, "Yeah, this guy, he's riding the same thing as you." I'm just like, "That's impossible. Nobody lives here. What the hell?" Turns out one of my buddies was just right before I got there. He's riding to the intersection. Somebody was taking a left turn, and I don't know why they just T-boned him. Just drove right. He said he tried to turn around, and they accelerated into the side of him. So he actually went wide, and they just sped up and hit him dead on sideways and broke his leg. So he's on the ground, and I'm there freaking out because I'm like, holy crap, who is it? I don't know who it is. And then the paramedics are talking to me, asking me if I know him or know people and blah, blah, blah. And then some old people are like yelling at me, "Don't ride those. It's super dangerous." I'm just like, stop walking then. That's dangerous too.
Well, right. So you ended up knowing that guy who got
I did. I did actually know who it was.
Geez.
But I had to tell the whole group because we have like a Telegram group that like meets up for rides, and they're all losing their minds. Like, oh my God, who is it? It was a scary event, especially since I still had about another, I think, 30 kilometers left to get home.
Yeah,
just watch my
messes
friends
with your mind.
Yeah, and then after that, I almost got hit twice. Some guy actually tried to run me off the road in front of my house. I'm like right in front of my house, and he's in a Ford truck, and he just like drives right up to me and like almost hits me, and then he starts waving his hands, and I start pointing at my GoPro, which got his license plate, and he just speeds off.
Well, it's just because it's a hater, like kind of like doesn't like these type of things, or
I guess so, but like he's in a residential neighborhood, and we're going at the speed limit, and this guy starts freaking out, and I'm just like, I don't know. Some people, they just get angry when they see stuff that's different.
Yeah. Wow.
And they take it out on you. So I'm just like, whatever, man. You might be having a bad day. That's okay, but don't try to kill me or my dad.
Yeah. Crazy.
Even biking. I mean, if you're on a bicycle, riding a bicycle on like a road,
people hate.
Cars just they don't care. They just will buzz you. Because there's no place for you to move to. You can't ride on the.
And in New York,
you can't.
In New York, you have all the couriers, right? The bike couriers, like the.
Yeah, I mean, I think that the most dangerous thing here is being a pedestrian and stepping into a bike lane, because that's when you don't see them coming. Like you're looking one way and
they cut in.
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten tagged by maybe once, hit really hard by a bicycle when I was crossing the street, and they didn't see me and I didn't see them, and I was going between two cars and I stepped and they just like slammed me. I was just like, oh, sorry.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's I think in general bicycles are doing all right here. I mean, there's a lot more bike lanes, and there's a lot more protection. They're protected bike lanes where the cars are parked. Yeah, the cars are parked on the other side of the bike lane, so the bike lane's not next to moving traffic. So there's a lot more of that now, but there's
but I bet you guys have bicycle attorneys as well, just like in San Fran. Like I actually, for my accident, I hired like it's called Bay Area Bicycle Law. So they're like basically they are like specialized on bike accidents. So
so he's just talking to me. He wears the GoPro. I mean, that's a lot of cyclists wear cameras so that if they get run off by a car, they've got video footage of it.
You need it, honestly, and also just having it on you and having people see it, they drive a little bit more respectfully when they're around you. So it actually works as like another piece of protective gear.
Yeah, I think it would have helped a lot if I didn't have my GoPro with me that day. Of course, right? And then it happened.
Of course, yeah. That's always when it happens. It's always when something happens when you don't have your normal setup.
Yeah,
but I think you're right about the cyclists here. I mean, the cyclists here are really aggressive. Yeah. I mean, and whether or not they're on electric things or just pedaling and doing whatever they're doing. I mean, they can get pretty excited if you're in their way.
Yeah,
they're more likely to buzz you than.
Totally.
And the cars are less. I think cars have the least power in the city. compared to the pedestrians and to the
I kind of wish that was the same out here. Everything is built for cars here, and it's quite annoying.
You're on the. I mean, I'm dead in the city, so everything is. Cars don't move here. The traffic is insane. So everybody that's pedestrians just walk. Wherever they want to walk, and cyclists go wherever they want to go. So
yeah.
So Daniel, I just saw you pulled out the old school lathe technique for the shell.
I think I did something and I fucked up all the strokes.
Oh no!
Oh, that's what happened. I was wondering.
You got Botox.
Undo.
Yeah, I did all the undos that I could. I just don't know where I.
Oh no! And you didn't save, right?
I saved recently. So let's see how much I lost.
So did you accidentally thicken or?
Accidentally thicken.
I mean, but do a save as a different file right now. So I would save this as version B, just in case you don't lose this piece and the other part's not.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
Just make sure you change the name.
Oh. All the skirt is gone, but what I can.
Well, you can bring it back.
You can import it. Yeah.
Import it. Yeah, import.
Import this part here. God damn it. That sucks. Okay, let's get rid of that.
First, I was just like, "Oh, cool! You're going for like the very natural looking head on this guy."
It looks very painted,
Yeah, I was thinking, I'm just like, "Oh, that's interesting. I've never seen you do it like this before."
It's a new trick.
Yeah, because I was looking at the reference and looking at your picture. I was like, "Oh yeah, I guess she's very turtly."
Okay,
there we go.
So I'm just gonna get rid of this and get rid of the stuff here.
That's not too bad.
Yeah,
you didn't lose too much. Do you still have the? Oh, you undid it. I was gonna say the shell, but I guess it's gone.
Yeah, but the shell was like a minute of work, right?
No, it's
that.
The shell is here. It's here.
Oh, okay.
You
still have the shell.
Here, yeah, it's here.
Nice.
So what I need to do is delete the parts that I don't need from this layer. Okay, where do I have the other layer?
You're almost at the hour mark, by the way, if you need to head out soon. But if you still have a little bit of time, that's fine too.
Yeah, so let me try to figure out where the hell is the stuff that I just brought in.
This part that always confuses me whenever I'm working. If I ever make a mistake, I'm like, oh no. I'm just doomed at that point.
Yeah, especially if you use the grab tool or something, and then you know that you messed up something long time ago. And then it's like, oh no.
Where do I go?
But the good thing about Quill to me is always redoing things is actually pretty quick, right? So if you just decide I'm just gonna delete everything and redo that, it usually doesn't take long to get to the same result.
Yeah, that's an advantage. That's definitely an advantage.
Yeah.
I've been practicing my architecture in Quill.
Ooh, nice.
Because it helps a lot, right? Being just able to, because I can see it in my head in like 3D space, but when I try to draw it in 2D space, it messes me up. So I'm like, in Quill, at least I can I can still fake some stuff using perspective knowledge, but I can place stuff down in a way and then grab it with like a camera and look at it from the 2D side and be like, oh, okay, so that's how it works. Or if if you have a lens that's this distance or whatever, then it's gonna look like this and so on. So it really, really helps in that department.
Totally. Like I love sketching. Like even if the result is going to be 2D, like sketching it out in 3D and then exploring the nicest composition is so nice, right? Because you can draw it and then you can go in with a camera and then choose your angle instead of like having to plan everything in advance, So
yeah, I was even doing a little bit of that with a gravity sketch and medium. Yeah. Like I grabbed the maquette or the mannequin thingy and I threw it in from medium. I just posed it really quickly and I threw it into medium and then just like added some like body parts and whatever, because I like to use Quill a lot for kind of animated aspects of things now. Yeah. Because it's animation. So I got the whole pose down and then I just kind of like added some hair and whatever, and then I didn't make it doesn't look fancy or anything, but I was able to get this crazy forced perspective that I would have struggled with to do even with a photograph or something like that. Like having it done in 3D, I can actually understand the forms as well.
Yeah. And what I love about it is like it's 100% you you're still drawing.
Exactly, yeah.
It's like coming out of your hand, but then you can take advantage of correct perspective because it's given, right? Because you're designing in space. And what you're saying was also like forcing perspective is really fun. Just to break the perspective in a space where the perspective is given, right? So where you can actually make almost like a 1-point perspective in space to skew, like you know what I mean. You can actually fake an angle by making things smaller faster than it actually does naturally. Right. How do I say it? Like when trees, for example, when you have like a view on like a landscape with trees, you actually make them smaller and keep them closer, but then if you look through the 2D lens, it still looks like they're going. It's like
a distance,
yeah, exactly. That's fun to do, and it actually works also in VR. Sometimes I use that to just shrink the distance between the far objects and the near objects.
Yeah,
it's so funny.
Yeah, it's cool to do, and I just enjoy that. Like it kind of opens up a lot of doors for me in terms of just like stuff that normally would be just too hard for me to do. I mean, eventually you'll get it, right? If you just work hard enough at it, but I kind of don't want to put in like 48 hours on an image where I could just like jump into VR and figure it out in like 5 minutes and then be back to work,
Yeah, same. Like, I mean, like I could become an expert in perspective, but is it something that I really aspire to doing? Probably not. But then you can leverage something like Quill, I wish I had that skill, but like you say, to become like an industrial designer with perfect perspective knowledge, that takes years, right?
Yeah.
And I don't come from that background, so I was learning painting more organically. So I do know simple perspective, of course, but just to get by. But then if you ask me like, hey, draw this, 12 millimeter fisheye lens, and I'm like, I don't know how to construct that, right? And I also don't want to, because it's too mathematical and methodical that I feel like not creative enough in that sense, right? So what Quill enables you to do, you just put the camera to 18 millimeters, but you draw as you would.
Right.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's like I taught like a little mini class about taking advantage of VR for helping me work, because I'm just like, why fight why fight with what you're doing when that's not like, unless that's the purpose and you're like, I need to learn this type of thing, then of course go for it. But if that's not the purpose and you're just trying to tell a story, then why are you fighting when you have tools to your like that you can use and help you out with what you're doing. Because like if your end goal is I need to tell a story about X, Y, Z, and you're spending all your time on the technical side of things, it's like you're kind of wasting time at that point.
Absolutely.
So yeah, just trying to take advantage. Also, I'm super inspired because I watched Hibaro.
Oh my god, so good!
I couldn't believe
that was. I wrote an email to Alberto because, well, I know.
Oh, did you?
I worked with him before. I worked on the other short on Windshield Viper.
Oh wow, you were on that? Oh my god.
Yeah, man, and I worked on that on a couple of shots in there. So I wrote an email to Alberto last night. Because I was so impressed with this thing. Like, oh my god, I did it again. This is wonderful.
So
like at the beginning I wasn't sure what I was watching. I was like, what is this thing?
Right.
Is it a live action, like with the sort of a compositing?
Yeah, that's so painted, dude. The backgrounds, if you look at them, right, like they're painted.
Backgrounds are painted.
Yeah. Like, I know one of the background artists too, so I was talking to her, freaking out. Another Leah, by the way.
And there's also Lingy is also standard.
Yeah, Lingy's on there.
Lingy is amazing.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you did the fan art for him in Quill.
Yeah,
I remember that piece.
We used to post in the same forums and stuff a long time ago. So
nice.
We go way back, but yeah.
Which forums was it?
It was Sijun.
Sijun, I had a feeling. I had a feeling all the legends were on that forum.
But man, I mean, it's a twisted short film, though, right? I mean,
it is.
It's really dark.
All the
all his stuff is like that. Yeah, but I feel like this was even like in a way it stressed me out more than The Witness. It was so.
Because it was visceral. Like
totally.
It was literally just like two toxic predators.
Yeah.
Just like at war with each other.
Dude, it made me feel so uneasy the entire time, and I was so stressed out watching it. But at the same time, I was appreciating the art. And I'm like, this looks amazing, but why do I feel so stressed out?
Yeah, no.
And it made me feel a little bit sick too. Like some shots, it just right? Like it's very intense.
Like when she's like, actually, I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there's moments in there where it's just like it's very raw. Like it's super raw. Yeah, actually, I don't know if you guys saw, but him and two other directors did a Clubhouse talk about it. So they did a watch along. So it's like the replay is on there still, so you can actually watch the episodes that they did as they talk about it. And Alberto was one of the people that did it, so he talks about his thought process and stuff. And it's so interesting to just like hear him talk about it at the same time as seeing it.
He's definitely like a different mind.
The way he tells stories is very different.
Not easy working for him. I got to tell you that because he has such clear idea of what he wants, you know.
And he's also super like he's so skilled in like storytelling, painting, and compositing, animation. 2D animation. He's like an incredible animator, right? Like,
he started out as a 2D animator, actually.
Yeah. I remember that female figure that she animated, the walk cycle.
The walk cycle that people thought wasn't.
It's mocap, right? Or rotoscope. Yeah. There's a whole short film about that, right? With a painted lady where it looks like it's all rotoscoped and just like crazy.
Yeah, on his Vimeo. Yeah.
Windshield Viper was also. I mean, it wasn't this dark, but it all has like. It's Alberta,
Oh yeah.
There's a darkness to it, but it's more about love and stuff and relationships
but it's definitely dark for sure.
Yeah.
And he always puts like a character in there that kind of looks like him, resembles him. Right?
The guy on the bar, that's totally him.
Exactly. Yeah. That and in the Witness, the guy looks also like him. And this time the knight also looks a bit like him. A bit.
Yeah. Right? It's always like that, but that's his style, that's his kind of signature. I guess he likes to have that.
But man, the cinematicness of It's just crazy.
So
it's so
I saw
crazy.
I saw the actors, because you know how he like he'll get actors to do like the stunts or whatever,
Yep.
and then but then he'll just hand animate it from what I know.
Yeah, exactly.
And I saw the actor that he got for Hibaro himself, which was a b-boy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was a black breakdancer. I was like, yes, we made it.
That's awesome. It's not Iron Monkey, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, Iron Monkey is he's from San Fran. I'm probably, I don't know. That would be
it
cool.
Might have been.
He's an old school b-boy though. Like he is probably now early 40s, maybe.
Oh, yeah. I can't remember what his name was. I remember I followed him though because I had to, but I was just like, I can't not do this.
That's pretty cool. Breakdance, breakdancer.
Oh yeah, breakdancer. Sorry.
Forgive my ignorance.
You're all good. You're all good.
All your young people.
I shouldn't be using so much slang.
Nah. So it's I'm past 1 hour, right, Goro?
You're right at 9 o'clock. You passed 9 minutes. Yeah, 9 minutes over.
What should we do? I had a little bit of an accident.
Yep.
So
do you want to take it to? How about do you want to like work on this like offline and then make part 2 about animation? Part 3, I mean.
Looks like that will be the I don't know.
Put her on a unicycle.
And I had all these detail on her face that I was happy with, but I think that's lost.
Oh, damn. Man.
Yeah, that looked really good. So, but you did it in 10 minutes, so it looked good, and you should be able to.
I feel like I'm going fast, but then again, I'm not going really that fast. Like in 1 hour, I wasn't able to do much. I thought I was gonna finish it, but no way, man.
To be fair, though, this is incredible. I mean, maybe not for your standards right now, but like for me, I probably would have been like partway through the rough sketch you have on the left. By like about 2 hours in, I'd be like, finally.
Yeah.
Hey Daniel, but you do have the recording, so you can visually see what you did at least.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
maybe.
And then maybe quickly redo it.
Because if I bring this up, it's gonna be all messed up with the thickness, right? It's gonna be all fucked up.
You should save this.
Yeah.
So we can chat on like. How about you think about like? Are you open for a part 3?
I'm open for a part 3. Yeah, if if there's no slot, there's nothing going on in a Saturday, just sign me up.
Yeah, right now all the slots are open right now in the moment.
There's no like the anything in the future. So
right now I don't have anything. I think I have to like just check the schedule. I don't think I have anything.
Okay. Yeah, we can do part 3. I think that'll be fun to continue. Like I said, if anybody has any questions as I'm doing this stuff, it's more than welcome. And yeah, maybe we can do some animation on the next part. I'll try to do offline, like the details and stuff, all the stuff that I was lost.
And definitely check the unicycle video that Siege posted because it's
and then I can model the unicycle and then on the next part,
because I think that's gonna be super fun actually with the pose you have and lean her a little bit forward.
You can have her like this. How stylish that would be, right?
Honestly,
hit
me up if you need any details.
I think I was kind of worried about the shell. Is it going to break the proportions too much? But I'm kind of happy with the way it looks.
No, it looks good. Like
and the shirt and the outfit, I think it looks good. I'm thinking about having those spikes on the shell, so it's not like a regular shell. I'm gonna maybe do some like more spiky kind of a turtle.
She's arrogant and resembling also the belt, right?
True.
The belt I think is fun, something like that.
Belt's
like
awesome.
Rock, heavy metal kind of a style of clothing. Maybe I'll have some sort of decoration,
bracelet,
bracelet or something. in her outfit, like in the sketch I did some sort of bracelet in there. That could be even more indication of her personality and stuff, and more like that kind of villainous kind of features or something. I don't know. I'll try to work more on the model before the stream, and then maybe we can concentrate just on animating. I'll have fun with that.
Yeah, I think that would be
Awesome.
great. And then if it's like the unicycle he posted, maybe you can just record some audio, real audio when you're riding, and you put it on her.
Yeah, I can totally do that. I have all the gear for it. For Foley,
Motor sound.
All right.
Yeah.
I hope you guys like it, the way it looks.
That was awesome.
It's amazing.
Yeah, let's finish it on the next one. All right. Thank you
Sounds
everybody
good,
for
man.
watching the stream on YouTube. Yeah, I'll continue this on the next live stream. Bye bye.
All right, thanks, Daniel.
Let me,
Yeah.